Hey, Bo, just think back to a year ago when you're a rookie, you're ready to make your first start in Seattle. How much better are you, and how much has changed since 1 year ago in terms of your confidence, command of the huddle, leadership, all that?
Well, I feel much better. Just a year makes a lot of a difference. So I feel like I'm much more comfortable and in a better spot.
Bo, being named a captain, is that one of those things that no matter how many times it happens, kind of never gets old for you?
Yeah, it's an honor, and it's something that I'll never take for granted. To be, I think what makes it more special is you're voted by your peers, you're voted by your teammates, and it just means a lot that teammates respect me and want to put me in that position. And so I want to be as good as I can be in that spot and make it worth the pick.
Bo, last year you started the year on the road. This year you're starting at home. How much will the home field advantage help playing in front of these fans?
Well, I hope it'll help a lot. I hope it's a really good home field advantage. I hope the crowd's in it the whole game, and no matter what situation it is, I hope they're standing, going crazy, and making it a great home environment like Mile High can be.
Bo, being a captain for the second time, are there things you learned last year, both in the good moments and the tough ones, about what it takes to lead at this level as the quarterback?
For sure. I think being a younger guy, it's you don't want to be the hoorah guy and the guy that's always talking, and because eventually that can just become noise. But I think you earn the right to speak, and sometimes you just got to lead by action. Sometimes you can speak up. But we have really good leadership in our locker room. Not even just the captains. We have a bunch of good leaders who weren't picked as captains, but they're going to be leaders throughout the season. And it's important to have all those guys. And so I'm excited to be on a team with a lot of leadership, a lot of really good leadership, and so it's just fun to be on a team like that because you know that they're going to have your back and they're going to compete with you.
Well, you talk about being the younger guys, having to get your voice. Do you still feel like you're a younger guy? Where do you feel like you are in terms of that evolution on the team?
Yeah, I'm definitely a younger guy still. I've only played 1 year. I have a lot to prove. So I think until I go out and do a lot more things and, add, other things to the resume. I don't really think I'll always just have, a voice just on command. I think you got to earn it each and every day.
Sean said this team was capable of winning the Super Bowl early in the summer. You said you like that. That's why you played. How much do you guys take from that belief, his confidence in you, and how do you think you guys are handling it now that people are very aware of the Broncos again?
Well, it's really important to have a coach that believes in his team. And so when a coach believes that, it instills confidence in the team, throughout the team. And so we're excited. We're excited to kick it off. We know that we got a lot to do. All of it is just words thus far, but we're excited to put the pads on and go and compete against another opponent. And just show that what we're capable of doing and learning and growing along the way.
Well, there's only 2 teams in the league that have all 5 offensive line starters returning, you and the Buffalo Bills. You guys have the 2 deep roster intact. What does that mean in terms of your growth or this offense's growth?
Well, it's great. It's great for communication. It's great for production. We have a really stout O-line. They're going to do a great job. They've played together for multiple years, so communication is going to be really high. It's going to be comfortable. Guys are going to know and understand movements. We'll be able to adjust on the fly with some things, and I think it's just good to have a vet O-line that has been together over and over because they've just seen so many looks, and they can refer back to maybe even a game from last year or just a different look that they've seen before. That they can just adjust to on the fly, and we don't have to necessarily have a really long dissertation and a long meeting about it. We can just kind of adjust on the fly, and we all kind of understand what it means.
How do you feel, Bo, about all the additional weapons you've got this year on offense? Ingram, Dobbins, Harvey, just those additional guys.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to add some experience, but also add some fresh legs, from the draft. So we're excited about our team. We know that we've put the pieces together, but we still have to go out there and play.
So you played against Cam Ward a couple times in college. I don't know how well you know him. Last year you went to Seattle for your first start. What's it going to be like for him making his first start here against his defense and with your home crowd? How much of an advantage is that?
Well, I mean, like I said, I hope it's a really good crowd. I hope it's loud and engaging the whole entire time. It can be tough for a rookie, to go on the road for the first time, but you got to think that they're practicing it and, trying to handle it themselves. And so I don't know what it's going to be like for him. But I know that just our stadium's capable of being loud, and it's capable of being a really tough place to play. So fortunately for me, I'm at home this week and can use my own cadence and don't have to worry about the noise. But it's definitely tough for an opposing quarterback.
Cortland was saying that you hate to lose more than you like to win. Would you agree with that, first of all? And is it the fear of failure that drives you and has you running gassers after practice and that kind of thing?
Well, I definitely hate to lose. I think you take for granted winning. Sometimes because you work so hard for it, and you never want to get used to winning, even though that's what you train for, ironically. But you want to take the wins, and you want to appreciate the wins, especially in this league. It's really tough. Every team, can show up on Sunday and get a win. So you want to appreciate the victories, but also I think it's the hatred of losing. It's the hate. It's that I hate just letting the team down. I hate letting the building down, and so it's not, maybe it's a fear of failure, but it's more just a fear of letting people down around you. And I just want to go out there and do my job at a high level because this organization has done a lot for me, and they, have given me this platform, and so I just have to go out there and make the most of it and do my job, and that's to win games ultimately.
Well, you talk to quarterbacks who've done it a while in the league, and they'll say one of the hardest things as a rookie is navigating pass rush pressure, whether that's pre-snap or adjusting on the fly when it comes. Is confidence in being even better in that regard, just the database that you now have, that you've seen a lot more of these looks that are going to come at you come Sundays?
Yeah, it's all about the looks. It's all about preparing for the pressures, and it's really not having free rushers. So you just want to make sure you got blockers on rushers, and sometimes somebody will get beat. Sometimes I'll make a bad throw. So you got to adjust on that, and that's usually where reactionary football comes, and that's okay. I feel comfortable in that position, but you definitely just don't want to have free rushers, and you don't want to be running around. And a lot of that's on me, just understanding the game for year two, picking up pressures, understanding where they're blitzing from, where we want to put our blockers and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely easier year two because I've seen the looks, like you said. I've got a kind of a bank of reps just mentally that I can go to and pull from. But the game's definitely slower, and I know they're going to give us it's game one, so they're going to give us some things that we haven't seen on tape. But we just got to adjust and just follow our rules and make it happen.
Bo, thank you, Pat. Would you say that you are more anxious or excited heading towards the game on Sunday, or do those two things work together for you?
I'm not sure. It's there's definitely this feeling of excitement. There's this feeling of I'm just eager to get to Sunday, eager to see what they come out and play, what they do and how they try to confuse us, and I just want to make sure I got all my T's crossed, all my I's dotted, that I'm just prepared for all that I can be prepared for. And because I know that when it gets to game time and, you get in the heat of the moment, I can rely on my training and just, go off what I've prepared for and then react. I feel comfortable with that, but I definitely don't want to go out there and be unprepared for something that I could have been prepared for. So I'm excited. I know our team's excited. We all just kind of have, some, I guess excitement and anxiousness just to get to Sunday. But unfortunately, you got to go through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday practice for Sunday. So we're going to make the most of it now so that we get to Sunday and we know we're prepared.